What's up, Blue Chips? How we doing this morning? Let's see what we got here today. I like it. I like it. Make a decision, any decision, and stick to it. I was going to say, well, let's get to it after that, like I normally do. But the end of that says stick to it, so I feel like that might have sounded a little weird. What's up, Mr. Gifford? What's up, Vincenzo? What's up, Jeff? How we doing this morning? I feel like everyone doesn't really tend to pile in here until after the market opens, which is fine. I don't really care. Don't really matter to me. I'm just here to try to help. Don't really have too much on the watch list this morning. What is this LEE doing? This could be something we're interested in. Popping off here in the pre-market. See what some of the... Looks like Brian said just a scanner for me. GDT says PGR. Let's put LEE down here and we'll take a look at the other ones. PGR looks a little expensive on really not any volume, so probably not going to be paying attention to that. What's the float here on PGR? Might have to run and get my son something else real quick. Let's see. 582, so could be worth watching. I'm assuming it's up on maybe earnings this morning. Let's see, BTSO. Wondering if he typed that in wrong. Oh, CTSO. Interesting spot for this stock. 200 sitting there at 550. It was through it yesterday and the day before. Now it's kind of working its way down. Could be something interesting to look at. Giovanni, what's up? Constantine, what's going on, man? I bet you're getting anxious. You got what? Oh, you're going to have to wait till Monday, though, right? I bet you are getting a little anxious and excited. And the only other one I see on there is LB, which we were actually looking at earlier before I left, which is at 229. So I think we'll leave these two up as our two main watches. Sorry. Oh. Turn the mic up. I haven't really had that. Can you turn the volume up on your end? Like, do you have the volume on YouTube down? What's up, marketing? How you doing, man? Yeah, Mr. Gifford, I feel like I haven't heard that in a while, so I don't want to turn it up and blast everybody out if it might be just that you have yours turned down. So if you don't mind checking that for me, because I'm looking at Streamlabs, and it seems to be right on point for the most part. Like I'm getting right into the middle of that yellow before it gets to the red. So does anybody else feel like I'm a little bit low, or is it just Mr. Gifford? Because if there is multiple complaints, then obviously it might be me, but I haven't heard that in a while, so that's kind of why I'm leaning towards maybe you turned your volume down. So we got about 4 minutes here to the bell. See if we can't get something going today. I wrote something in my journal yesterday I'm going to let you guys in on. It was something I thought was pretty cool. I was listening to some more Mark Douglas. Educated guess. And then I wrote probabilities under that. Basically what I'm getting at is every trade that you get in, you don't know what it's going to do, right? You don't know what a stock's going to do anytime you get in. So the other thing I wrote in there, stop thinking. When you see your edge, you trade it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's just how this works. But you're trading your edge that has higher probabilities. So if the higher probability trade, that's an edge, right? So stop thinking so hard about it. Trade your higher probability setup, which is your edge, your strategy. And over time, if it is an edge that is profitable, it will be profitable as long as you trade it and follow the plan and your rules every single time. So That was actually yesterday. I felt like I took a little bit of a leap in the right direction, even though we had a break-even day. Just being able to jump into trades and have proper risk management and go from there. So we'll see what today brings us. Looks like we have a couple better opportunities already presenting themselves than yesterday. So we got about 2 minutes. I'm going to go get some applesauce for the kiddo, and I'll be right back. All right. We got about a minute and 20 seconds. Constancy next week it is. Yep. Emailed CMEG to implement some risk controls for me just in case. Perfect, man. Sounds good to David. Up all the way, you're always quiet. Jeff says, nah. I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Gifford. I don't want to adjust it just because I know when I listen to my recording back for editing and stuff like that, it sounds fine to me. Apparently, it sounds fine to everybody else. Maybe YouTube might be turned all the way up, but is your actual computer's volume or laptop, whatever you're on, is that volume turned down? Maybe check that. Just trying to work through. I'm trying to troubleshoot with you here. Got about 25 seconds. So we have LB and we have LEE up. That's our two main watches right now. LEE's kind of given up where it was. We were hoping it would stay above 250 and kind of run towards 3, but not a big deal. And there we go. There's the bell. Yep, maybe. Who knows? I mean, maybe I was being a little bit more quiet. I don't know. So scrolling out on LEE, looks like this thing could go towards like 350. We'd like to see it push through this the pre-market high here, 255, kind of extend itself up towards $3. That's kind of what we're looking for. It does 50, maybe 100. So pre-mark the 100 there. LB, if it makes a move, we're looking for up to 24. It'd be about 1.5, 65, so it'd be about 30. So we got our shares pre-marked here. I see MTSI. I know that thing was on earnings yesterday. MTSI is the one that got me before. I know Starbucks was another one. Apple. Those were the ones on earnings from yesterday. So both LB and LEE are both kind of stalling here at the open. LB looks like it's attempting. See if we can get that 2350 pop. Not quite. Here goes LEE. See if we can get this extension. Here we go. This is what we were looking for. All right, we're going to start that there at 275. All right, we might end up just taking this off. Didn't quite get what we were looking for as far as addition. 250 right on the dot would be our what we're looking for. Just for our single entry. Might have actually started a little heavy with the share size there. If we get that push down into the like 55 area again, we might just take 90% and try to let the rest roll. There it is. All right, we're actually on the... okay, apparently that hotkey isn't working. All right, we're just going to take it all there. It's a little short of what we were looking for because we had to get exactly 250. But we ended up taking it there at 254 because apparently I changed this hotkey this morning, but it didn't work. Position. Oh, yeah, it's missing that little star thing, I think. All right, so we have to remember not to use that for the rest of, at least right now. I kind of felt like 250 was holding. Didn't really want to give it to us. It says it went down to 242, but I didn't see that. Let's see if it wants to play again. LB not really doing what we wanted it to do. Let's see what else is moving. CMRE. This actually looks pretty nice. Don't really. It's kind of a weird spot on the daily. This would be. It's kind of spready too. Still watching LE if it wants to try to go back up through high a day again. LEE, sorry. Yeah, that thing actually shot down a lot quicker than we thought, and we only had the single entry there. I'm afraid to look at MTSI. Brian just said thank you. Yeah, freaking MTSI. This one got me before. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna nail this one in the future at some point just to say F you, but today is not that day. Excuse me. Don't really see too much else going on here. This is RMBS. This is kind of an interesting one. Look at all that volume at the bell here on RMBS. And then it just kind of died. Let's see, 1540 up to 16.60 cents. And it'd be about 75 as well. If we wanted to play this. Oh, here we go with LEE again. See if we can't get back up there. I feel like I started LEE with a little bit too much share size there for as whippy as it was. I wasn't expecting it to be that whippy, so we're going to downsize it just a little bit. Didn't quite get the high a day there. Missed it by 2 cents. Got shot right back down. It's a little unfortunate. We wanted this thing to go up through high of day and up through 3. That was what we were looking for there. This RMBS is just kind of sitting here, not really what we like to see. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I don't really think we would have got a move that we were looking for out of it anyway on RMBS. LEE actually trying again. This thing's grinding, so we're definitely not interested unless this wants to go through high day and try that three area. Dang, that CMRE, even though it was a weird one, that thing decided to plummet. SC, what is this? 25, so that's a point. 50. We're going to start SC here. Only got a starter there as it jumped up 50. We actually got 47 on that as it came back through. I thought I hit it at 50. It's not really what we wanted because then now we'll need closer down to 26. If we only get that starter position. There goes Lee. It actually got to $3. Let's go to full screen here so you guys can see both the charts. Still interested in LEE. Just need to. I want to see it go through 3. SC, we're going to put an order out here right near 26. Just in case. There it goes. Oh, okay. And that's why you put your orders out. Wish I would have put it a little bit lower. Holy crap. I didn't want to put it under 26 just because if it wanted to use that as support, so we didn't quite get our full quota there, but I'll take the the $21 again. It's kind of we're getting stuck in these weird spots with only single entries. Okay, here we go with LEE. Let's go back down to there. We didn't really get the pop through we were looking for. Yeah, I'm not interested in LEE unless we get that big pop through 3. That's what we were looking for. Even though there's a ton of resistance here at like 313. I wanted to see it get back through 3 here. Let's see what it wants to do. There we go. All right, we're going to start this again. We're at 302. Dang, it's just dropping immediately, not really giving us a chance to... We were going to look for 280, that retest there. Put it at 286 if it wants to just give it to us. Okay, so pop right back up. We were just looking for that retest of this previous resistance. So obviously we'd be looking to add if it wants to make that move over high a day, and then we'll be accepting our risk up there. But if not, we're just looking for this retest of this previous resistance down here at 284, I think it was. Yep. Put our order at 286 just to front run it a little bit. 288. We got bought right back up. See what it does here if it wants to try again. Just trying to get down there under 90 again. 88. Keeps trying. There's a decent sellers stacking up there. I feel like we should get at least that move down to retest it, but there it is. We're on the bid. All right. We're going to take it off there. We're on the bid. I don't like that. We'll just pad the stats there a little bit on that one. Not too bad. No, I'm actually only risking $25 marketing, so we're doing pretty good. We're up $51 at the moment, and we're only risking $25 a trade, so doing pretty good. We're up 2-1. We're up 2R right now. Technically, I hit my quota just then. Only looking to make $50 a day, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop right there because we're seeing things pretty well today. We're seeing things pretty well. So there, we would have got filled there on LEE if I was just a little bit more patient, but that thing was jumping to the upside when it was failing to the downside. and this thing's been fighting the whole way up. So I wasn't really gonna risk too much there, and we didn't get our second entry. It just dropped right through 3. So we'll just take it for what it is. We're still looking around here. And there it goes, LEE. So that's what I'm saying. Look at that big order sitting there at 3. $50 is my daily goal right now, marketing, because as of Monday, we started this new strategy that we're implementing. If you didn't watch the Friday night live stream, maybe go take a look at that. So we scaled back on our share size and our overall expectancy just for maybe a week or 2, maybe even 3 weeks, who knows, just to really start to feel comfortable with it before we start to up our share size. There's really no reason to keep risking the same amount when you're trying something new, because if it's not working, you're just going to become more emotionally involved, and that's exactly the opposite of what you want. The whole point of trading is to get rid of your emotions, not to add to the emotions. So if you're trying something new, you should never be risking more money than you have to. So SC is actually trying to move back up again. Still watching that. Yeah, LEE is, that thing got shot down at 3 that time. There was a huge order sitting there. I don't know if it was fluff or what, but it definitely worked. So we're not really interested in that right now. We'll see what it wants to do. So DNLI is on SSR. I see that up there on the scanner. We're not going to mess with that. I do like the float and everything, but the SSR is going to keep us away. SC, we're still watching. Unfortunately, that thing is just kind of grinding, but it does have some good resistance over 27. So if it wants to go high of day, let's take a look at it. If SC wants to go high of day, we're looking over here on the daily chart. It's got some solid resistance sitting here at like the 2750 area, as well as right over 27. So we could look to jump in there. If it wants to pop through high of day, give us that intense move that we're looking for through this 2650 area. If it wants to pop through 27, give us an entry, we would use 50 shares. And the reason we'd use 50 shares there is if we're risking 25 bucks, 50 shares through 27, we want to give it room to that second resistance area on the daily. So that would be right about where our max loss is. So we'd look to add at that area and then risk off of it. So that would be the plan there, but it's starting to look like that's not gonna happen anyway. But today's Fed announcement day. Interesting. Yeah. Sorry. Ben, what's up, man? You know, I totally forgot, but I wanted to say how awesome something yesterday was because of you. I'd have to go. There's no way I'd be able. Oh, actually, I can find it. Let me see if I can find it real quick while we're sitting here waiting for something else to happen. Good morning, by the way. I know exactly where I saw it, so that's why I can go try to find it real quick. So I don't know if any of you guys are into this. Of course, I'm not going to be able to get a good. All right. It says, there we go. Emilio Estevez will reprise his role as Gordon Bombay in Disney Plus series The Mighty Ducks. How funny was that? I was just saying yesterday that you remind me of Charlie Conway from The Mighty Ducks. And sure enough, yesterday they announced that with Emilio Estevez and The Mighty Ducks series on Disney Plus. So needless to say, I was pretty excited. And it made me think of you, so in a non-creepy way. So nothing else really going on. Dang, the DNLI. Apparently that worked. Yeah. I don't like SSR. I'm just not going to do it. How much am I trading with? What do you mean? I already saw it, even though you retracted it. What do you mean? Like the total equity amount or? Yeah, I don't understand the question completely. Are you just saying like per trade? Like what am I looking to make per trade? How much am I trading with in my account? Let's see what we got with some other ones. S-Bucks. Dang, look at Starbucks. That thing plummeted down at the bell. You guys can't see us. Pull it up. Interesting one there. The thing came all the way back up, too. Them earnings plays, they're interesting. They can be, anyway. Account size? Let me full screen it. I currently have $7,426.36 in my account, and that's before today's realized minus commissions and fees and all that good stuff. So any given day, my max, I've learned that I'm going to set my max loss at no more than 1% of my account every day. So I'm risking right now $25 per trade. I'm doing a 1-to-1 on each trade. So I'm looking to make $25 versus losing $25. So when I get into the trade, it's going to usually be one or the other unless something happens, kind of like LEE did. So LEE on the second trade, I only got my first entry when it popped through 3, and I didn't really like when it came down here that it never really gave me an opportunity to get full size. It just dropped straight down. It popped back up to 304 after I had already got out. So I didn't really get a chance to add to my position to get full size, so we ended up just taking that one off for a smaller win. On the first trade with LEE, I feel like we got in too big a size because when it dropped down the way that it did, we hit pretty close to that $25 we were looking to make, so we took it off. Same thing with SC. We may have started this one a little bit too heavy, but this thing just kind of shot right back down for the single entry. And it didn't really give us a chance to give us our ad because when it makes these moves, the idea is to try to get the top, but we're only looking to get half that move back. And on both of those cases for the first move, it pretty much gave all of it back right away. So a single entry worked. But on that second trade, it didn't really give us that opportunity because the previous resistance at 280 was right there. So when it popped up, we were actually looking for this to maybe pop up a little bit more towards that 320 area to get our ad. And then we would have got the full $25 when it came back down and retested that 280 area. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. So we just used our market intuition on that one to just go ahead and take the smaller winner. How much did I start with? I started with 5,000. I blew that up sort of back when before I started trading this strategy on OCX. I slowly built it back up after that, and then I kind of not officially blew up, but I got below $1,000 in the account on the MTSI trade. So OCX brought me down. I actually built most of that back up, and then MTSI kind of wiped all of that out. So that's why I took the month of June off, so that I could try to figure out how to not lose like I was when I did lose. And on top of that, I needed to come up with some more funds. So I started with 5,000 originally, went down technically to 1,000. It was like $970 or something like that when I had paused the account for that month. And then I reloaded to get back to $5,000. So technically overall, I started with 9,000 something. So technically, if in the overall grand scheme of things, I'm actually down in the account, or like I would say, like 1,800, 1,700, something like that. So again, some people would come on here and be like, "Oh yeah, I started with 5,000," and try to sell you the fact that they're up, whatever. That's not what we're about. We're about transparency. You guys know that by now. Tim from Volatility Trading, transparent, truthful, all that good stuff. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Anything? There's really nothing moving right now. Everything kind of was a nail and bail there at the open. I mean, granted, it is almost 10 o'clock already. I actually am cooking some ribs on the smoker today for my mother and her boyfriend. So I actually am going to have to go get that started here in a minute. At least get everything. My primary job, let's see if I can show you my primary job. Right there is my primary job. I just kind of do the trading part-time at the moment. Oh. What's he doing? You can't reach the middle of the table, so you want to play with something in the middle of the table, you got to do it somehow. But yeah, that right now is my primary job. I do this. Not Ben, no, it's perfectly fine. Everybody kind of knows this about me. So if you're new, hey, ask the questions. I don't mind it. Trust me. But yeah, he's my primary job. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I started doing this just to try to find a way to help out while I'm staying at home. My oldest, I used to have him as well until he started going to school full-time. I used to have him when he was only going part-time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which if you go back on my channel, you'll see that we used to call Tuesdays and Thursdays Shit Show Tuesday and Shit Show Thursday, because that's pretty much what it was. And yeah, so this is all kind of part-time for me right now, but the goal is by the time he's in school full-time, I will have a grasp on this and I can actually turn this into my full-time job. So that's the idea. Looks like everybody in ISW did really well today. Excuse me. Not really seeing too much else. I was kind of looking on the other scanner there to see if we could find anything off the tracker. I was looking at which I have up on my other screen. It's now, or it was on SSR, but it's not really giving us that intense move to extend itself away. If it wanted to drop down like to 360 or so, look at this thing. Is it at all-time lows? No, not quite. It's getting close though. 240 area. I has been on a roller coaster. I remember shorting this thing up in the 20s at some point. Only if I would have just mistakenly held on to those forever. Just kind of going through some other people's trades real quick on my other chart, seeing how those are working out. Just listening for the scanner. Don't really see anything going on. This BLDP, man, that was an interesting drop there. That would have been a good one to get long on. Just to show you real quick, BLDP, this is what I'm talking about as far as extensions to the downside. So you're kind of getting extended here, but then boom, went green to red, just absolutely flushed all the way down towards that 10 area. Got to a low of 10.05. The odds are you're going to get, when every time I say it, the stronger the move, the weaker the trend. When you get a big, intense move like that, especially extending itself away from where the volume weighted average price is, otherwise known as VWAP, you're most likely going to get some kind of retracement to get back towards that area, especially when you have key levels like the red to green area, all that good stuff. So always keep those in mind when you are trading. That's why I have it on my chart. It's a pretty good indicator. And as you can see, it's going off of yesterday's close. That's what that is. Still just watching I, seeing if that wants to do anything. GLW. I didn't even see a GLW. It's a pretty intense move there. Wonder why I didn't see that one. Let's see, did that ever hit? I don't see it ever hitting the scanner. Or at least not 20 plus. That was a Thomas trade. Well done, Thomas. Damn, you killed that thing. Look at that. Up over 29. Cover all the way down 28.81. Nice. Love it. I see that you were trying to get full size too up there on that second one. Was that 2 separate trades, Thomas? Yeah, you said 2 for 2. So yeah, nice. Very nice. I love it. I told David in Discord, he had told me the stocks that he was in, and the ticker I, the one that we're watching here, was one of them. And when I looked at it, because I know his strategy, I said so take it like this. I said I, as in the ticker, is being a bitch. But what I wrote was I being a bitch. So it sounds like I was talking about myself. Oh God, okay. That kind of cracked me up. What is the range of stock prices? What do you mean, marketing? Every stock has a different range. I has a range right now of about $1. If we go down here to GLW has a range of about $2. It really depends on the ticker. Some high-price tickers, there's $100 tickers that only have a 50-cent range, and there's some $5 stocks that have a $3 range. Like, it really depends. Are you asking what the range of stock prices that I look at? I will trade anything up to about $80. That's as high as I'll go. Yeah, $80 is as high as I'll go. Here we go with B posting his charts. I always like to show you guys these because they're just amazing to look at. So he traded SC as well, nailed the top, 2 covers. MTSI, I'm glad somebody got to hit MTSI. One day I'll get that. But as you can see, red on top, green on the bottom, per usual. DNLI, this is the one that was on SSR. Red up top, green on the bottom. And A-Ray looks like it gave him a little bit of trouble there, but he got most of his position out, it looks like, and then he ended up stopping out the rest. I know here is SC from Thomas. Thomas also played SC. Nice. Loving it, Thomas. Yeah, GDT said Thomas is slaughtering today. Yes, he is. Oh, there's the rest of the B's trades. I was waiting for those. So it looks like LEE. He had mentioned that he was fighting LEE, so it looks like he's still in it because he still has orders out to cover. But it looks like he nailed the top pretty well, and now he's riding it back down. And he said he let go. So he went long on and he ended up covering when it went low a day. So another solid day there from Brian. Sorry, we were getting a little excited there in the ISW room. So it looks like I is starting to rebound a little bit here. Nothing, obviously, we'd be interested in playing right now, but really not too much else to watch. Let's see what is the most active stock right now is GE, which is kind of just chopping around here. Dang, if this would have went through 13, I bet we would have saw it on the scanner. But we did not. This is something I would play. I love playing GE. I've made money on it in the past. I'm pretty sure I'm 100% on GE. Yes, AMD had earnings yesterday. I say they got smacked during earnings. I was kind of watching that one live. They're continuing to fall off here today, which is surprising. I mean, I understand, as a business, if you miss, you miss. But I feel like AMD has been doing so well lately, like with everything that they've been doing. ENPH blood. Let's see, ENPH. Yeah, thing's kind of getting pushed down. God, the kid poops at the same time every day. And this one's a stinky one. All right, guys, if you want to hang around, I'm going to put the scanner screen up. I'm going to obviously take my webcam down. And I'm going to leave this up for you guys. I'm going to go change his diaper and start my grill. So if you want to hang around, I will be back. But feel free to take advantage of the scanners, and I will see you when I get back. What's up, guys? I'm back. How we doing? Did you guys want me to leave the scanners up and I can just kind of, because there's really nothing to look at as far as charts go. Actually, it looks like LEE's tanking to the downside. Dang, that would have been nice to hold on to a piece of that, huh? I'm not really fretting about that one at all. That thing was grinding up, and it still had some room there on the daily. So we didn't want to get caught in that. So we took our profits where we saw them available. But LEE is definitely making a move down. Try to catch up here in the ISW chat. Looks like they were having some shenanigans going on while I was away. This is the beauty of the ISW chat. It's when things start to slow down, it gets interesting. JB, to answer you about HEPA, I do not see anything there. I don't have any shares available to play HEPA. Let's take a look at what the float is here on HEPA. It's a 3 mil float anyway, so I wouldn't be interested. And I don't even really like to predict what these low floats are going to do, so I'm not even going to try. It's just not my cup of tea. Not really seeing anything. Just letting the grill fire up here. I'd like to get these on the grill around 11. That would mean they'd be done around 5. I'm actually going to cook them at 240 instead of the normal 225, just to make sure they get nice and cooked. Nice and... I don't... I know everyone who eats ribs, they all have a different preference, but I am one that likes them to fall off the bone, so they're definitely not competition ribs. They sure taste good, though. And they're just so tender. Uh-oh. Is JB one of those? You like to take a bite and it stays on the bone, but it still is super tender? I mean, I'll eat them that way. It's just I just love to take a bite and it just falls right off. By the way, that was one of the nastiest diapers I've changed in a while. Like just the smell of it. I don't know why. I wonder, what did he eat yesterday? Oh, we did have tacos last night. Taco meat and stuff. Maybe that might have helped. By the way, I lifted for the first time last night. I was watching Mark Douglas. It's a longer video. I still need to finish the last part of it. I was falling asleep. I took some melatonin again, but I lifted. I was just sitting here watching the video. I was like, you know what? I looked and I saw the weights and I was like, I'm gonna start lifting right now. So I feel it. I'm like a whole new person as of yesterday. New mindset. Started lifting. See if I can stick with it today. I didn't lift hard enough though because I don't really feel that sore. But tomorrow will be kind of the tail of the tape if I am lifting, because I'm gonna lift again today, but a different part of my body. But usually it's not the next day; it's the day after. It's the day after the next day, if that makes sense. So if you lift on Monday, Wednesday is the day that you should be feeling sore. If you did it correctly. I mean, some people feel sore the next day, but I don't know. I've always been that person that usually gets sore the day after the next day. Looks like we're running out of some viewers here. Sorry that I'm boring. Really not much to look at. We made our money this morning, as you guys can see. We had 3 trades, went 3 for 3. 2 for 2 on LEE, 1 for 1 on SC. We ended up making our quota there. Pretty solid trades. We read the tape on pretty much all 3. The second trade on LEE could have been better if we would have held on to it, but that thing still had some room on the daily, so we didn't want to risk. We didn't want to risk that for no reason. So we just took what it gave us and got out, which we were right in the moment, and then it got stuffed again at high a day, and obviously we can't predict that that's going to happen. So I'm not mad about that at all. If you guys are new here, I'm Tim at Volatility Trading. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate that support. We're here Monday through Friday. Start the stream around 9:20. We try to make it to 11. Some days when it gets really slow, like today, we might decide to cut it a little bit early. But hey, we're gonna see. I'm actually gonna go check on the grill real quick, see if that's doing anything special. This kid, all he wants to do is get his socks wet. Every time I go outside, he just has to run outside and go into the I can't get my head straight here. Into the grass. Yeah. VT win. Love it. I guess I should go check on him. Go out to get him, and he starts running away. He's starting to get fast, too. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, any of that good stuff? I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for something to happen while the grill's kind of firing up, but nothing seems to want to happen. Ooh, he might be coming inside. I have to trap him. Camden. I'm going to show you guys something pretty cool. Go full screen here. So this is, I have a temp controller for my smoker. And it's pretty cool because when you set everything, you can look at it through a website. It also has an app too. You can even like reset the temperature if you want. But this thing is amazing. It'll get to that 240 and it'll just sit there. It's crazy how amazing this thing is. Just something I thought I'd show you. Just, if anyone was curious how cool technology is every once in a while. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. I appreciate it. Might help the YouTube algorithm, all that good stuff. Oh, is he closing the door? Giovanni said in the Discord, speaking of which, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join us. I'll put that link down there in the description, or in the chat, I should say. It is in the description as well. He said, invite me for some ribs, and you guys are always invited for some ribs. You want to make the trip to my house from wherever you are, I will make you some ribs. Making 3 racks of them tonight for me, my mother, and the boyfriend. And I'm assuming my little one will attempt to eat some of them. That's the other good thing about the temp controller too, is now I can just pull this up and I don't have to keep going out and checking it. I can just let it do its thing. Once I get off here, I'm actually thinking about getting off now so that I can go prep the ribs so they'll be ready by 11. All I gotta do is trim them up a little bit, put my secret herbs of blend, my secret blend of herbs and spices. If you guys know what song I'm talking about, I will give you something. I don't know what, but I will give you something. Let's do our trading journal real quick while we're sitting here. Do one more cool little thing to get the January 29th.csv. Let's restart that because I might use this for my video. So real quick, let's go over the journal process. We just saved our trades. We'll go up here to add trade, find that trade that we are going to import, January 29th. Hit import trades, should be 3 of them. There it is. Go back to the dashboard. Go in here, and they were all single entry today. We'll go down here, put 1 entry, put our commissions in there. And we'll add, I want to wait for the chart because I've been looking at the charts at the end of the day to see how long or how big of a move it made either to the upside or the downside, just to see for future reference. I'm looking to see if I were to try to go from a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio to a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Try to say risk-reward like 5 times fast. It's pretty hard. But I'm trying to see if in the future, after I get a nice sample size, if trying to go for 2-to-1 would work more often than not. And obviously we would need it to work less often for it to really pay off, but I'm just curious how often it would work. So that's kind of why I'm waiting till the end of the day to get the charts. So not a bad day there. Pretty happy. I don't know why my date disappeared. I think oh, that's right. I was checking something last night. Forgot to put it back on there. And there we go. Almost back up to the 700. See what our P&L curve will look a little bit better after today. Starting to go back up. Kind of found some support here around that $600 area. And now we're trying to go back up and get over this pivot point of 700. And we'll start to make our way back up, just like a stock chart. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, well, I think that's about it, guys. There's really not much else to look at. Nothing's really going on. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff, you feel free to leave that down below. I'm going to get out of here. Feel free to jump in the Discord. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. Hit the little post notification bell. It'll let you know when I go live every single morning, as well as when I post my recap video every single day. Sometimes it's a little bit earlier. Sometimes it's a little bit later. It really depends on the kiddo and what else is going on. And that's all I got. So I will catch you guys later, either when you watch my video or I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace.